Hello, hello. How's everybody doing? I am just setting a little technology up, so hopefully I can, there we go, see the comments. Hey Stephanie, how are you doing? So I am hoping to be able to see the comments in technology, I don't know. Hello Tina, how are you doing? Okay, so while we give everybody just a couple seconds to grab their lunch. Okay, there we go. Why don't you put in the comments, where are you from? What's for lunch today? Hashtag live. If you're catching the replay, let me know. Hashtag replay. When are you catching this? I am excited to share some 102 level stuff today. We are, oh, well, that's awesome. Great to see you. Look at there, now I can see it there. Maybe I can see everything all in one place today. That's awesome. Okay, so quick disclaimer. I am not a doctor and I don't play one on the internet, but I know a whole bunch of stuff. Isn't that interesting? I know a whole bunch of stuff. Take what you want from it. Leave what you don't. Whatever, it's all helpful. Okay, my name is Denise Peterson. I am the founder of the Menopause Project and the creator of the Use Your Cycle method. I have been a personal trainer for the last 18 plus years. I've been a hormone specialist for the last 6 and a menopause maniac for the last 2. Yeah, that's what I'm going with. Quick history on what led me to hormones and specifically down the path of menopause, besides Mother Nature and all that. At 36, I had 13-year-old twin daughters and a new husband at home, and our house was full of hormones. And one night while I was getting ready for bed, I fell apart. At first I thought, oh my God, this is menopause, it's starting. But I researched and it became very clear that it was only perimenopause. But by that time I was already certified hormone specialist. And peri, meh, no big deal, right? No. Did you know that perimenopause symptoms can last 10 to 15 years? I am on 11 and counting. And menopause is truly just 12 period-free months in a row. Post-menopause, here's another thing to look forward to. Symptoms can last another 7 to 15 years. What kind of cruel-ass joke is that? So, why did I specialize even further into menopause instead of staying all general hormonal disruption? Because no one is talking about the invisible woman that our society creates. No one is talking about what we should expect. And no one is talking about how to curb those comedian symptoms. You know, the ones only comedians talk about, like hot flashes and brain fog. Somebody needs to talk about that. And quite honestly, the older I get, the better I believe life is. Women our age work smarter, not harder. We know what we want and what we're no longer willing to put up with. And we realize that time is no longer infinite. We are getting older. And to that end, we must care for ourselves first, but we still don't have very much time, so let's be efficient about it. So today, we are going to talk weight loss 102. We did 101 last month when we did nutrition. This month, 102, the basics of exercise and weight loss over 40. We are going to discuss cardio, strength training, NEAT, and strolling. We're going to define them. We are going to discuss their importance, and I'm going to give you examples of what those look like. Okay? As you have questions, be sure you put them in along the way. I am hoping I can see comments. I don't know. Maybe not. We'll see. At the end, I'll catch them. But real quick, of those 4, cardio, strength, NEAT, and strolling, which one is your favorite? Drop it in the comments. Let me know so I can make sure we're really both talking about the same thing. Cardio, strength, neat, or strolling? Hey there, how are you doing, Brenda? All right, first type of exercise, cardio. Why do we do cardio? To make your heart stronger, of course. What does it look like? Breathing heavy, increased heart rate. Maybe we break a sweat. Maybe. We've all been around the block. We know HIIT, steady state, fat burning. What burns more calories? Wait. The definition of cardio is a stronger heart. It is no mention of how many calories did you burn. That's not a good metric to go by. Do we burn calories? Yes, during cardio, we burn calories, but we burn calories when we read too. The main purpose of cardio is a stronger heart. Our body is a complete system. Not everything is about burning calories, or we would read more and watch less TV. Because yes, you burn more calories reading than watching TV. Just thought you should know that. And if you're using cardio to burn calories, then let's be efficient with our time and our body systems, right? No more steady state. Yes, you'll burn more calories in an hour than you will in a half an hour at the same pace. But did your heart rate increase? I'm a hormone gal. Regardless, your cortisol did increase. Cortisol is a stress hormone. Guess what it does? It stores fat. Remember, a body is a complete system and everything matters, not just the calorie burn. So how about jogging? Your heart rate increases, right? Yes. And while your heart rate increases, so does your cortisol. Let's say you jog at 5 miles an hour. You're going to increase your heart rate and your cortisol. You're going to burn more calories and store more fat at the same time. Boy, that sounds like fun. Just for the record, for those of you that jog and then go, why am I not losing weight? It's because you're storing fat while you're jogging. Yeah, that's a fun one. What we're looking for is that our heart rate increases and our testosterone and growth hormone increase because they burn fat while cortisol stores it. So what's the answer? Running? I don't think so. For most of us, by the time we've gotten to this age, we've got knee issues, hip issues. Probably not. The breakdown of a great cardio is that we increase our heart rate, increase our testosterone, increase our growth hormone, and keep cortisol lower than testosterone and growth hormone. So we must go as hard as we can, as long as we can, until we can't, and then we rest until we can go all out again. So we sprint until we start slowing down, and then we walk to recover, and then we go all out again. Now, it doesn't have to be running. That's just an easy example that most people can visualize, right? Now, in that sprinting time, we increase our testosterone and our growth hormone. Now, cortisol is also increasing, but for about 30 minutes, the testosterone and growth hormone are outpacing it. And then somewhere around 30 minutes, could be 27, could be 32, cortisol catches up and overtakes it. That is why we need to stop at 30 minutes. Stop. Don't undo all of that testosterone and growth hormone increasing by starting to store fat, because you just need to go for an hour because your head tells you to have to go for an hour. You do not have to go for an hour. Benefit to the sprint, the going all out, for only 30 minutes. You're burning calories right now in the 30 minutes. And for about the next 90 minutes, you're going to burn calories at an elevated rate. Versus jogging, you're going to burn more calories now, but none later. Doesn't sound efficient to me. So if we increase our testosterone and our growth hormone, we double down on the burn. We get more calories burned while we sprint, more calories for 90 minutes or so afterwards, plus we're burning calories because we've increased our testosterone and growth hormone. Seems like a good trade-off to me. And, oh, this is good. This is really good. So if you've heard my example about back when we had to run away from tigers, right? Our cortisol would shoot up to help us run faster than the tiger, right? And while we are running faster than the tiger, we are literally burning the cortisol off so that it doesn't hang around after the tiger's gone and continue to store fat. But in modern day, we're probably not outrunning a tiger. We're not burning off that cortisol as regularly as we could or as completely as we could. Because, sometime after 30, we spring a slow leak in our cortisol, and we always have this low level of cortisol. So the sprinting burns that cortisol off too. It's a win. You only have to do cardio, the kind I just described, 2 times a week for 30 minutes at a time. But it has to be just as intense as we just talked about, or it's not cardio. So examples of what a cardio workout might look like. My personal favorite, I go up to the local soccer fields up here and I sprint from goalpost to goalpost, and then I walk back for recovery. It takes me about 30 seconds to run from one end to the other. It takes me 2.5 minutes to walk back. It takes me 30 seconds to run, 2.5 minutes to walk back. I do that for 30 minutes. Total 30 minutes. So it takes me 3 minutes per round. At max, I run 10 times. 10 times. What's that, like 6 minutes? It's freaking amazing. And sometimes, after I've done it 3, 4, 5 times, not only does it take me 2.5 minutes to walk back, I have to stand there and suck wind for a while. You do what you can do, right? Yes, now we're gonna hear the dogs probably because my husband just got home. But it doesn't all have to be running, right? It could be kettlebell swings every minute on the minute. Do 15 swings, rest until the next minute. 15 swings, rest until the next minute. 15 swings, rest till the next minute. Maybe it's not every minute on the minute. Maybe it's just 15 swings and then go when you can go again, right? Or what about fast circuit style weightlifting? Not weightlifting where we're trying to gain muscle, but weightlifting where we are just trying to move more, move fast. We're using, yeah, I knew you'd like that, Beth. We're trying to use the weights and trying to get breathless and burning, just as if we were running that soccer field, right? Okay, so I'm curious right now, what's your gut telling you? Denise is full of poo, or there might be something to this cardio? Yes, I want somebody to put up a glitter poo emoji. I still want a glitter poo emoji. Anybody else? I do. All right. Second style of workout, strength training. If you've followed me for any length of time, if you've known me for any length of time, you know I love weight training. I love big weights. I love to hand people bigger weights. I love to hand women bigger weights. So I'm gonna get a little excited. All right, what is the definition of strength training? Building muscle that burns more calories. Building muscle. So the reason you want more muscle, right? 1 pound of muscle burns about 50 to 75 calories a day. 1 pound of fat burns 3. Just doing the stuff you do, right? So if we add 5 pounds of muscle to your frame, that's about an extra 250 calories a day being burned. Over the course of a month, that's 2 pounds of fat lost more because you added 5 pounds of muscle. 2 pounds of fat per month. That's exciting. Just doing the stuff you do, right? So you got to spend a little bit of time gaining the muscle, but then that muscle continues to work for you all month long. It is fantastic. Okay, so how do we gain this muscle? Lift heavy things. Lift heavy things. So if I were to, right now, if I were to say, okay, we're gonna do a bent over row, right? Bent over row. What dumbbell weight would you go grab? What weight would you grab? Put that in the comments, let me know. Yeah, like for real, let me know. So by definition, heavy is something you cannot do more than 11 times in a row. If your body can lift it 12 times in a row, it already has the muscle it needs to do what you're asking it to do. There will be no muscle growth. Ooh, I like it, Tina. So, and on the converse, if you can't get four repetitions, it's too heavy, back off, okay? So the key here is to grab a weight that is hard-ish and fail. Failure means you can't do it again, or you're gonna get hurt, right? The issue for us women is that for so long, we have heard we need to be able to do 12 to 15 reps. Maybe we've heard 8 to 10, but 12 to 15, 8 to 10. So our mind quits, tells us we're done before we've actually finished, before we failed. So here's how I explain to my online gals how to know if they're lifting a heavy enough weight. So right now, real quick, what's that song that when it pops on, you have to sing? You have to sing, not dance, sing. What's the song? I want you to get that song pulled up. I want you to pull the video camera up on your phone. I want you to grab the weight that you think is heavy. And I want you to turn the song on. I want you to start singing in this order. Start singing and then start lifting the weight. And do it as many times as you can until you literally cannot lift it anymore. No fair counting. Sing, 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 sing while you do it until you cannot do it anymore. When you are done, you can't lift that weight one more darn time, then you get to stop, replay your video, and then you count. If you got more than 12, and 90% of the women I do this with got way more than 12, like in the 20s usually, your weight's not big enough. You're not gonna gain muscle because you're not lifting things heavy enough to make your body go, I can't do that. If you did not even get 4, it was too heavy and you need to pick a lighter weight. A few years back when I was starting my hormone boot camps, I had this gal come in, she wanted to join the class. Oh, excuse me. She is a landscaper. I asked her that same thing. I said, if I'm gonna have you do a bent over row, how much weight, what would you grab? She's like, 10. I said, you are a landscaper. Do you move blocks and stuff? She's like, yeah. So I took her back to the weight rack. I said, grab something. And it can't be a 10. So she grabbed a 15. I let her do a couple. I looked at her and said, go get something else. So she grabbed a 20. Then I was like, I'm not going up by 2 pounds at a crack. I grabbed her a 30 and she could do that. We grabbed a 35, she could do that. We got all the way up to 40 pounds before she got to a weight that actually felt heavy. So ladies, unless you were an athlete in high school, you're probably not thinking big enough in that weight. And remember, you're not gonna look like a man, because even though I'm talking about testosterone, pound for pound, relatively speaking, you do not have as much testosterone as a guy. Lift the heavy weights. Remember, 5 pounds, 250 calories a day, 2 pounds of fat loss a month, yay. Okay, so here's the hormone breakdown to this. The same as with cardio with the 30 minutes, right? Testosterone and growth hormone are increasing and outpacing the cortisol increase. So whether you have finished your plan, your exercise lift heavy plan for the, oh Maria, I see you have heard this before. Okay, whether you are done with your plan or not, you walk out at 30 minutes. You walk out at 30 minutes. Why would you want to undo all of that hard work, increasing your testosterone and your growth hormone, just to store fat because you let the cortisol get out of your hand because you were too stubborn to quit at 30 minutes? With a strength workout, it's 2 times a week, 30 minutes at a crack. Be efficient, but it's got to be heavy. Now, what that might look like is, now being efficient, I like to do circuits. I don't like to build in like 90 seconds of rest, blah, 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 blah. Unless you're a professional level athlete, we don't need to break it up. I do a leg move, a chest move, a back move, and a beauty part. The goal is 4 times through the leg, chest, back, beauty, leg, chest, back, beauty, leg, chest, back, beauty, leg, chest, back, beauty. 4 times, right? Excuse me. You're looking for 5 to 11 reps. What we're really looking for is failure. So you're trying to pick a weight that you're gonna fail at. If you can complete that circuit 4 times in under 15 minutes, your weight was too light. And the next time that we go to do this workout, you need to grab a heavier weight. okay? It should be heavy enough if you're doing it right that you need to take breaks. What about ladders with weight? Okay, so ladders with weight means that you're like doing 15 reps with a 15 pound, 12 reps with a 20 pound, blah, 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 blah. I want you to actually fail every single time if you're doing a true strength workout. True strength workout, I want you to go heavy. You should be appropriately warmed up first, people. Okay, moving on to the two far more important calorie burners. Far more. I know you wanted to hear cardio and strength, but they're not it. They're not it. Cardio and strength are going to burn calories in the moment. Strength is going to burn calories a little bit longer too, but what about the other 23 and a half hours of the day? They count too. You can't just read a book all day. Okay, maybe you can, but let's improve our calorie burn, right? Exercise type number 3 is NEAT, non-exercise activity thermogenesis. That is things like parking further away, using the stairs instead of the elevator, weeding your garden, moving the fire pit blocks. Yes, that's what I did this weekend. Baking, cleaning, having a standing desk, anything that just gets you moving. NEAT is not designed to be heavy or to necessarily increase your heart rate. The point of NEAT is just to move, to improve your blood flow, to improve your hormone balance. Sitting is the new smoking. Just move. NEAT is the cure for that. Too much sitting, in fact, is actually stress-inducing on the body. If we have stress, cortisol increases. If cortisol increases, fat storage, which for you desk dwellers, this could turn into fat loss if we just do some NEAT, right? Quick side note, if you have a walking desk, 1 mile an hour or less is totally plenty, right? I mean, the idea is that you're just moving more than if you were sitting at the desk, right? You gotta type. So like, you're not trying to go 3 miles an hour. I had a client get a desk and he was trying to go 3 miles an hour. I'm like, dude, you're trying to like do precision stuff. 1 mile an hour or less is just plenty. And for the work from homers, if this is a shift for you working at home versus at work, remember, at home, you're far less likely to be getting up and going to somebody else's cubicle to talk to them. You're far less likely to be going upstairs to go to the bathroom or down the hall to fill up your water jug, right? You're not getting as much walking in. So I'd really encourage you to set an alarm for every hour and take 5 minutes to run up and down your stairs or go walk around your house a few times, go guzzle some water, whatever you need to do to get some NEAT into your workday. Cool? You may need to strengthen the muscles around your knees. Yes, you may. Okay, so there is one more element, but first I just want to tell you a little bit about how I incorporate this into my Use Your Cycle method. Because what we're talking about today is just the basics. It's what we need to move and how. And in the Use Your Cycle method, we not only control our hormones, we want to lean into that 28-day cycle. We lean into heavy lifting when it is supported by the estrogen and progesterone, and then we lean into recovery when it's not. Here's a fun fact for you. Might make you feel better about your husband losing weight faster. Men have a 24-hour hormone cycle. I mean, think about what happens every morning, right, ladies? So they need to lift most days to continue to improve their strength training. Women have a 28-day cycle. So 14 of those, heavy lifting is supported, and 14, recovery is supported. Active recovery, not do nothing recovery. So we gain strength not only when we are lifting heavy, but when we are leaning in and using the recovery tools that we have. So we need to lean in. No more bullying your body and trying to lift super heavy when you just ain't got it in you, right? And to be honest, by 40, we've noticed that the things that used to work when we were 20 don't work anymore. We have lived a lot of life. We have had illnesses. We have had babies. We have had huge stressors like buying a home, like getting married, like getting divorced. At 20, we didn't have that. And guess what? All of those hormonal disruptors have changed us. They have not broken us. They have changed us. And now your body isn't willing to put up with those 20-year-old basics. It's not cool, right? Our bodies want us to be efficient. They want us to be gentle, but they want to improve strength, and we want support. In the Use Your Cycle method, after a thorough intake, we start the hormone reset and we recover from a lot of those common disruptors. Many clients, after just that first 3 weeks, they start experiencing better sleep, thinking more clearly, and just in general feeling better. At that point, then we discuss the 7 protocols and decide which one we're gonna start, which one is gonna slide right into your life easily. We practice it, we tweak it, we customize it, we add another protocol. And once you learn how to shift those protocols and support your hormones, you're gonna see a huge difference, right? Once they're supported, we can lean in and start using them. The hormonal support system helps you to feel human again, right? The Use Your Cycle method is completely full of education so you learn how your hormones work, and then we customize them to your body, right? Once you've learned the protocols, you can use them for the rest of your life every single month, even if you are postmenopausal. And because of all the education, you will know exactly what hormones are involved, what might have disrupted them, what might have disrupted the status quo, how to reset and regain the desired outcomes of leaning into your hormones. Whether that's improved sleep, increased libido, better concentration or energy, or your clothes fitting better. Okay? Now at the end of today's webinar, I'll give you the details on how to decide if this program is for you or not. But right now, let's get to exercise type number 4, that final exercise type, right? Strolls. Strolls. By definition, a stroll is a slow walk. No breathing heavy, no increased heart rate, no sweating unless you're in Texas in July, and no arm pumping. You can carry on a conversation. You're exploring the neighborhood. You're getting in steps, although that's not your end goal. If you happen to be on a treadmill, this is 2.8 to 3.2 miles an hour. Back when I was teaching this originally, I was working with another trainer, and she's like, "That's unnatural. I'm just gonna go 4 miles an hour. Won't that be good?" I'm like, well, did you want it to do what it's supposed to do and work? Or do you want to keep fighting your body? 2.8 to 3.2. Got it? You get bonus points if you are outside, if you are in nature, and if you are barefoot, because all of those things help reduce your cortisol even further. By strolling, we are getting the cortisol to leave our body. Whether it is through barefoot nature walks outside or just the movement, kind of like NEAT, right? If we're outside, we're boosting our vitamin D, which is very important in the whole hormone cycle, system, right? Also, we're building our immunity when we bring up our vitamin D. It's huge. When I go for walks, expose as much skin as you can, guys. It's important. We might be boosting a relationship if we're walking with our partner. That was weird. We're moving our body, we're getting our NEAT. Strolls can be done daily for up to 60 minutes. But if when I said 60 minutes, you went and freaked out and went, well, I'm never doing that, do what you can. If that's 10 minutes, do 10 minutes. 10 minutes is better than nothing. Right? This is not an all or nothing. This is just up to 60 minutes, right? Now for me, this looks like a walk with my old dog. Letting them smell all the smells, letting them zigzag across the street. We're not in a hurry, right? Okay, a review of today. Cardio, 2 times a week. Tina, 60 minutes a day, up to 60 minutes a day. It can be done every day. Unlike cardio that we only do 2 times a week. Up to 30 minutes, absolutely no longer. Better be intense. Strength, 2 times a week, up to 30 minutes. Better be freaking heavy. Heavy. Remember, sing a song, let someone else count. Heavy. NEAT can be done every single day for stress reduction, steps, movement, strength, whatever. But it's not necessarily to the goal point of working so hard like cardio or strength. And then strolling, up to 60 minutes a day for stress reduction, movement, and nature. Nature's a big deal, guys. Now remember, these are just the basics. We're trying to get our hormones supported with this stuff so that once we can support them, we can use them. But if you try to use your hormones when your system's still whacked out, you're not being real productive, because we don't even know what your hormones are trying to do. They don't know what's trying to go on because they've been so out of sync for a long time. Now, you can totally DIY this. And when you work with a coach, you cut out 18 years of the trial and error and knowledge gathering. You have a help desk in your back pocket so you don't waste time trying to do something that's completely unsupportive of the system. You have that calming voice. Can you hear my calming voice in your ear, letting you know it is or is not part of the process? You have a cheerleader in you when it gets tough, because we're breaking habits, guys. Habits are a bitch, right? And that's its own process. So sometimes you need that cheerleader, right? I can do that. I can do a cheerleader too. You have an objective eye to let you know that, you know what? Yeah, it's moving slower than you expected, but not slower than I expected. And I see that you are making progress. And you have the whole education system condensed down to 6 months. No more dinking around, trial and error, trying to figure out something, and it takes 3 years to get it figured out. And why a coach? Well, because this isn't just about burning calories. It's not just about the number on the scale, right? This is about getting to sleep so you have the energy to play with your kids and your grandkids. This is about calming those wild mood swings that are ruining all your relationships. This is about wanting sex again and keeping your marriage on solid ground. This is about getting your brain back so you can be a productive part of your work team. And it's about looking and feeling amazing in your 40s, 50s, 60s, and beyond. Who doesn't want that? All right, so I'm staying on live to answer any questions you have. I'm gonna go back with what I see. Start dropping those in the comments. Will I just go on and say, hey, if you are ready to learn about more than just the basics, I want to invite you to drop me a message. I'll ask you a few questions to see if the Use Your Cycle method might be a good program for you, and we can talk details. If you are going to do this DIY, that's totally awesome. You've now got the basics to start with, and you know where to find me here in the Menopause Project to learn more as we go on, right? One last thing I'd really, really, really appreciate. If you learned something today, would you please share this group? Let them know this cool video is in here with a friend, someone who's maybe over-exercising, someone who doesn't know where to start. If you learned anything, I'd really appreciate it. Just invite them to join the Menopause Project group. That would be great. Okay. Now, if you are catching this live, I will circle back later today to answer any questions you have. But for right now, I'm gonna scroll backwards here, see if I see any questions, answer any questions you guys might have. Feel free to be dropping them in the comments. Let's see, only one person was eating. Yay, Stephanie. Strength, you are a girl after my own heart. Laura, cardio is amazing. Do you do cardio like I described it today, Laura? Strolling, I too love strolling with my dog every day. Running, yeah, I do like running, but only at that soccer field. That being said, you got to find the holes in the path. I understand. 30, 70, woohoo, 10 pounds each arm. Okay, Laura, I would love to see you do the whole sing-song thing. Like sing a song and do the bent over row with those weights and tell me how many you get. I really would love to see. I'd like to know that with all of you guys, actually. The next time you are near your weights that you put in here and I said, okay, go do a bent over row, what would you do? I'd love to see you set your phone up, crank your song, sing the song, and go until you can't go anymore, and then send me the number or send me the video. That would be fun. That would be totally fun. So, Tina says 30, Beth said 70, Laura's got 10, Brenda said 20, Marta's got 20. Totally, guys. Like I would love to know what that number is. Okay, ladders with the weights. So increasing each time. That's awesome, as long as you're failing every single time. So generally you would warm up and then, so Beth, this is answering your question, just heads up. You would maybe go backwards, right? So once you're warmed up, you're doing a bent over row. Let's say you grab those 70s and you fail at 8. And you want to see if you can fail somewhere lower. Then you want to grab the 80s and see if that's the number. Grab the, as long as you don't fall below 4 repetitions. If they get real ugly and less than 4, you're not getting as much benefit out of it as, say, the 80s or whatever. Okay, I like heavy. Yes, I understand that. Straight leg deadlifts might be something for your lower body, but then just really focus on your upper body to increase your muscle and mass on the top half. Increasing weights, yes. You may need to strengthen the muscles around your knees. Yes, totally agreed. Don't go all out heavy if you've got bad knees. You need to fix the knees first. Yeah, strolling. You can borrow my dog someday, Beth. That'll get you to love strolling, I'm sure of it. Tina, strolls every single day. Yep. If you can. Unless, again, so if the thought of having to go for a slow walk every single day makes you go, no way. What about every Sunday? What about the days your husband has off, or your partner or whatever, right? I really modify. The dog and I go for a stroll every single day. And we do get the full 60 minutes, but if my husband is home and willing to go with us, then I will cut it back to 2 miles or less, because that's all he's willing to commit to. But relationship building, right? And that's what it's all about. All right, seeing no further questions. I feel like I'm on auction. Seeing no further bids, seeing no further questions. That is all I have for you today. I want to thank you so much for joining me. Look for us. I look forward to any questions you have in the Menopause Project. If you're not already part of the Menopause Project, join us. Have a fantastic afternoon, guys.